WK9 Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On the ground, this is Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. He was brought down there by Will Parks.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
51, Mike 51.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to take a shot, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Watch the screen.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 83 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
But that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got our bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first, 18 yards that time. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Yellow.
Mahomes going to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Well, they got the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A gain there of 21 yards. On play action, Mariota. He completes this to Sutton, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down throw for Mariota. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
He's got his man. This is Jackson. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on second down. Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Things progressing to plan so far. The defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Check right. Yellow. Check right.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Williams. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3 times. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
That one complete to Hill. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Now someone is pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
15.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 8. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On third down, Mariota. He'll get this one to Patrick. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, Williams. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes now on first down. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second and 12, Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing is Mariota. He's got his tight end Fant. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Mariota now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And an alley to run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Mariota now. Screen pass to Lindsey. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw again on second down. Mariota. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike Spoke. Alpha. Hey. 44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check.
To the air again. Mariota. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Three. We want it. Come to my world.
They just get the play off. Now Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mariota again. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's go, baby.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This one from 35 yards away. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
First down, Denver.
Hey, keep it up. Three.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Another run by Lindsey. He's got the lane, and And there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you...
Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh fighting the path to the QB there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, Mariota. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it with Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods. And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up. Get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have is chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play. You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 37 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the
Yellow.
Broncos 26, Chiefs 21.
I'm coming.
A give to Williams, running right. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
15.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing now is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out.
Kill. Attack!
Here we go with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams with his second touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Throwing on second and long. Mariota. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Now Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Throwing, Mariota. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Boy, the run on 1st down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
The busy night continues for Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
951. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a 1st down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a 1st down and start a new set.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Kansas City, They continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.